New information tonight in a terrorizing case that we've been following since October. A man accused of threatening a family after stabbing and killing their dog is out on probation. Gerald Knorr pleaded guilty to 3 counts of terrorizing related to the altercation near the 13th Avenue Walmart in Fargo. He admitted to police that he stabbed a dog, which ended up dying. The family tells Valley News Live the 4-year-old husky was off leash but well behaved. They encountered Knorr and his dog several times before. They say that Knorr stabbed Blue and then threatened the family. Knorr was not charged in the dog's death, but court records say the terrorizing charges stem from Knorr threatening the family. The court documents also indicate a separate incident inside the 13th Avenue Aldi just 2 days later. Police were called because store staff say that Knorr was harassing a woman. Now, he was given credit for 255 days served in jail and sentenced to 2 years of supervised probation.